everyone, and welcome to This Week in Comp for the week of June 10th, 2024. Last week marked the beginning of the third season of the Tournament of Stars, a 5 vs 5 clan tech only tournament. Here are some highlights from this round of competition. First up, let's take a look at a clip submitted by 4. This is a clip from the Fjord Hyperion Rocket Raiders versus Operation Joke match, where Night Gear D in a Direwolf gets a nice little headshot. So there we see Night Gear takes out Trader. And we're going to zoom around here and take a look at that mech in a second. What happened here?
Headshot.
There's that headshot on a very fresh executioner.
This is the first headshot that's been casted.
That's going to be a game. That is a game changer right there. So early in a match with such a fresh, well, I guess it's not that early, but it's very fresh. So great job, Night Gear, on that. We'll keep an eye out for more headshot videos. Next up, we've got Division S. This is a point of view clip where KDCM gets KDCM'd. Let's go ahead and listen in on that.
Yeah. What color lasers?
Jay, are you supposed to be over
lasers off the
7?
Lexi.
Alright.
Jay, you're supposed to be... Jay, fuck.
I'm shooting the mech's neck. Like...
Oh, far right. We've got
Here we go, and here comes the linebacker push. Those of you who know KDCM knows that KDCM is known for such pushes. Let's go ahead and listen to these comms.
As much open space as possible. We go leg. F7, G7. Get to that hill. Turn and run. Yep, legs on backers.
So Jay's team here pulling back to receive. You're going to see some... It's actually not a bad receive here.
Bravo.
All right, they pick their target, and they're going to go for legs to try to string them out here.
Keep pulling them in.
New target.
Pull them to E8. They're not going to cap theta. Pull them to E8.
Target spotted.
Any
Charlie's
leg
on the
will do
open.
here in this.
Wide right, Alpha.
Target
Keep
spotted.
moving.
New target acquired.
All right. Everyone
Jay
group
handling this
E7,
very
E7
well.
on me.
Spotted.
Bravo first, legs.
Calling in the team, and we're still working on Bravo's legs here. The
Nuke it,
Saber
nuke
gets
it, nuke
in.
it.
And actually, they're just going to take this
Left
one out.
Yep, get the one
Down.
behind me in E8. Alpha, target Alpha.
Yeah, I'm on him.
So a little bit of a stream in here on the linebackers.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target Alpha.
Back shot like crazy. I think they're on me.
But it's working out. We've got 1v1 here.
Critical damage.
I'm gonna go down.
Where is
About
Alpha?
to be
They
2
crit out
down,
like
but
he's
some
6
great
mid.
leg shielding.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Level critical.
And here we go. Saber should be able to take out another one.
Shut down.
Yeah, Lodge, you have to run,
Yep,
run.
there it is.
Delta next.
Finally going down is 2-3. This is moving on towards the linebackers. Nice receive, just not quite enough against that linebacker push. All right, next up we have a clip from the Oxy Civil War. That's gonna be Division G with OxyClean versus the Oxypods. And we'll get this engagement here shortly. There we go. Spotting one on the point. Getting a couple shots in as this Hellfire and team closes. They are maintaining their group cohesion, which is good. But here we find that Oxy has confused MechWarrior Online for a different type of game. Here they are, this is essentially a tank sim. And when we get in on this fight, you'll see what I'm thinking of, because here we go. Oxy on both sides seems to think this is a bullet hell game. Look at all these machine guns. Oh, Esoteric Stoned Rhino just gets knocked right out. We'll move on to another mech's view as the machine guns just keep machining. And some team damage there, and we're just still going. All the heavy machine guns on the Warthogs. I've seen a lot of teams take that AP Gauss. It's devastating, but here in Div G, machine guns are king. And our next clip is sent in is another POV by Epic. This is Direwolf saying, "Found him." Doing a little pause for the cause on the rush, and we go. And what are we going to find around this corner? But Direwolf in a Viper. Oh no, Direwolf's in trouble. Oh, I don't think he's going to wait away from this one. Let's go. He's pushing through. Using those jets, rest of the team backs him up. But he is catching the fire. That leg's about to go. And here we go. Sultan finishing him off. Nice try, Dyer. Sometimes you find the whole other team, and oof. All right, and last we've got Sorensen Savers versus Fjord Junkyard Dogs, another POV clip. I want you to take a look at the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Take a look at this summoner build. We've got some lerms up top. That's right, folks. It's a lerm alert as GI Jimmy comes in here with what should be a push summoner with some lerm supplementals. They lock onto a target, and they're going to be using these lerms to close the distance. An interesting tactic here. So they're getting hit by the Daka on their approach, but you can see that these lerms are actually kind of pushing the Op 4 back here as we close in on this Alpha mech here, which I'm pretty sure was an Ebon Jag. We'll see it come up here. Yep, there we go, the Ebon Jag. Pausing for the cause, and off we go. Here comes the push, and they are jumping on every mech they can see here as the real tactic comes up. So these mechs, you see, they're on the back side of the hill here, which is definitely got pushed back by the Lerm. So this Lerm strat, this one worked. I don't know if it'll work against every team in every situation, but you know, we love a good missile strat. The Tournament of Stars is a kill tournament, meaning that not only do you gain points for winning, but you also earn points based on how many kills you get. So you'll be seeing both win records and point totals. Division winners will be determined based on point totals first, then highest amount of mech kills overall, then highest amount of mech kills against the tied teams, and finally, the highest amount of drop wins. If we still haven't figured it out by then, it goes to a duel. That being said, here are the standings after week 1. Hi everybody, Ivor here. Now, you might be wondering how I got here. Just kidding. So, what I'm about to show you isn't entirely accurate. The scores are off by a few points. For some teams, it is not consistent. Basically what happened is there was an error entering information into the tournament site, which I used to produce this program. And in one screen, it would show you one set of points. In another screen, it would show you another set of points. And like I said, it doesn't apply to every team. So some of these numbers will be accurate. I don't think it upsets the standings at all, though. The admins are hard at work, rectifying, figuring out, troubleshooting, doing all the things to make sure that tournament site is going to be accurate. So we'll make sure everything is accurate next week. Hopefully. Anyway, let's continue. In Division A, we have a tie for first as both Fidelis Machina and Vile secure a full 30 points and 25 kills. If you've been looking at the tournament site, it will show Vile on top due to points scored against. However, that is not an official tiebreaker. After points, it goes to overall mech kills, which are even, and then to mech kills against the tied team, and then to overall drop wins. Since these teams haven't faced each other yet, we're functionally at a tie. The Darksea Corsairs are close behind with 27 points. These commanding victories in the first round mean that Alpha Squadron, Space Cadets, and Mantra will have some serious catching up to do. In Division B, Mesa Swole Annie takes an early 6-point lead. However, Clan Crossfire, Potato Carry Society, and Fjord Redacted aren't too far behind. There's only a 15-point spread across the whole division, which, with 30 points on the line each match, there's a lot of room for catch-up here. In Division C, we have another tie for first. Aces, Wild, and Damage per Second both coming in with 26 points and 22 kills. Aces Wild showing a commanding duel performance, 5-0 in gear in drop 1, which, as a reminder, consists of a 1v1 and 2 2v2s to round out the 5v5 drop. DPS, on the other hand, lost drop 1, 4-2, but came back with 5-4 victories on the Bear Claw drops and 5-0 sweeps on the Grim drops. Scalawags and Gear come in within a point of each other, but 13 and 14 points behind the leaders respectively. There's some work to be done to catch up on the leaders. Fjord, Blocked and Muted had their bye week, so expect some movement next week as they enter the fray. In Division D, Helgrim comes out on top with 28 points, closely followed by the other victors this week, Fjord Declassified and Ghosts of Nox. The Talons and Salvage crew coming in close to the midway mark on potential points, but Extra Fleek has a major deficit to overcome. There's a notable moment here in the GNX versus Talons match in that one of the matches ended in a tie. Now, by design, this is exceedingly rare, but here's what happened. Both teams engaged, neither taking the point. GNX secured the kill on the last Talons pilot, but in doing so died to overheat, leaving no one to take the point to win the drop. So learn from their mistakes. Take the point. In Division E, we have yet another tie for first between Delta Galaxy and Squadron X-Ray, with Fjord Hyperion Rocket Raiders close behind. Operation Joke had a respectable showing with above midpoint, putting them 9 points ahead of the Cucumbers and 12 points ahead of CERN's Roughneck Marauders. In Division F, would you believe that we have another tie for first? The Naughty Ravens and Esquadron Suicide, or Esquadron Suicide, walk away with 26 points and 22 kills. Team Optic and Bears Brawlers both pulled a drop off their respective competitors, putting them 13 and 16 points behind. TCAF had the week off, so we'll see where things land next week as they step into the arena. In Division G, the Flaming Surats snag a full 30 points, 25 kills against the 69th Falcon Irregulars. Meanwhile, in the Oxy Civil War, the pods eke out clean 22-20. Sabres secure 24 points off the Junkyard Dogs, who did manage to bite back in the last match with a 5-0 sweep, securing them 5th place so far. And now for Division H, with perhaps one of the most notable moments in terms of points and what could have been. While the Raven Irregulars has a bye week, Saber Goose secured 23 points in a 3-2 win over the Ravageur. Historics, Hook Swords, and Metal Gear had an extremely close 3-2 match, but the real kicker here is drop 4. Historics Hook Swords took the win point on this drop based on Conquest tickets. I'm using that terminology because the Gears walked away with more tournament points. If the math ain't mathin', here's how it went down. The final ticket score was 311 to 236 in favor of the Hook Swords. The kills score was 3 kills for the Swords and a full 5 for the Gears. So let's take a look at this match. In contrast to the GNX Talons match, the Swords sent their Viper to take the point with about 13 and a half minutes remaining. Trading begins around that mark as well. Now, here we are with about 6 minutes left and the Talons attempt to turn the point. Also note the Swords ticket count.
New target acquired.
Can anyone see data?
It's clear now,
Okay.
but
Try and grab back.
he's still nearby.
Ah, fuck, they're watching.
The Swords counter, neutralizing the point with 9 tickets on the board for the Talons, and then try retaking it.
I got this. I got eyes.
Their mechs begin to fall at this point, which ends with them aggressively working to deny the point, costing them their final mechs with about 3 minutes 15 left. Legging the remaining Stone Rhino, but allowing the Jenner to get away with both ankles intact, which is still not enough, and they walk away with the win point. Of further note is that due to the closeness of this match, we have some interesting implications. Had the Gears been able to overcome the ticket gap, the teams would be tied on both points, overall kills, and kills against each other, bringing us down to the third of 4 tiebreakers drop wins, which would have gone to the Gears since it would have switched the direction of the 3-2 match score. Furthermore, had the Gears secured one more kill elsewhere, with the same result, it would have put them ahead of the Swords in the division standings over the team that beat them. Okay, that's enough Div H. Moving on to Div I. Here, the scores are a bit squishy, but the standings are not. We have an API error for the 1v1 of the Psy Ristars versus the Shadowcat Wizard Gang, which will swing either team's score by 1. The Cyrus Stars won both of the 2v2, securing drop 1, so we're just confirming the kill point. However, that point is potentially important, at least for this week, because it's the difference of the Cyrus Stars being firmly in first place so far, or tied for first with the Coyote Lobos. Either way, there's at least a 19-point gap between the second place and third. So, both Smoke Keshik and the Shadowcat Wizard Gang have some kills that need securing. The 323rd had a bye this week. And finally, we have Div S. Omi Kirita's Special Irregular Militia Protectorate Squad secures about 0.43 points per character in their name for a total of 26, 3 points ahead of the Single Moms. The Grill Daddies and Red Lions aren't too far behind in the grand scheme of things, but definitely have some ground to cover. We'll see how this division works out. This week will bring yet more matches, so stay tuned to the MWO Comp Twitch channels, and I'll be along with an update next week. That's all for This Week in Comp. I'm Ivor, and I hope to see you on the field.